Is your breath acidic? The hidden signal of chronic inflammation, hook 0 to 30s. What if your breath, it is quietly revealing a problem your body hasn't warned you about yet? Not your heart rate, not your blood pressure, not even your blood tests, but something far more subtle, the chemistry of your breath. Because every time you exhale, you are releasing more than just carbon dioxide. You are releasing information about your metabolism, your stress levels, your inflammation. And hidden inside that exhale is a signal most people have never been taught to notice. Acidity. Because if your breath is becoming more acidic over time, it may be telling you something dangerous. Your body is drifting toward chronic inflammation. The invisible chemistry of your take a slow breath in and then exhale. It feels simple, automatic, but beneath that simple action, there is a complex chemical exchange happening. Every breath is part of a delicate balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide. When oxygen enters your lungs, it fuels your cells. When carbon dioxide leaves your body, it carries away metabolic waste. But carbon dioxide is not just waste, it is also a regulator because CO directly affects the pH of your blood, and your body is extremely sensitive to pH. Even a small shift can trigger massive biological changes. How CO controls your body's pH. Here's the key idea. When carbon dioxide dissolves in your blood, it forms carbonic acid. Which means more CO gives more acidity, less CO gives more alkalinity. Your body is constantly adjusting this balance. Breathing faster removes more CO. Breathing slower retains more CO. This is not random. It's a tightly controlled system because your enzymes, your cells, your entire metabolism depend on maintaining a stable pH. But here's the problem. Modern life is disrupting this balance. Why? Your breath may be becoming more acid. Don't feel pH shifts directly. There's no alarm system, no clear symptom. But your breathing pattern changes throughout the day, especially under stress. When you're stressed, your body shifts into survival mode. Your breathing becomes faster, shallower, more irregular. This leads to unstable CO levels, and over time, your internal environment becomes less stable. Now combine that with poor sleep, sedentary lifestyle, chronic inflammation, air pollution, metabolic dysfunction. All of these factors influence how your body produces and regulates CO, and slowly, your breath chemistry begins to change. Acidic breath, a signal of systemic inflammation. Now let's connect the dots. When your body is inflamed, your cells behave differently. They produce more metabolic byproducts. They generate more reactive molecules, and they alter the way oxygen is used. This process can increase acid load in your body, not enough to cause immediate danger, but enough to shift your internal balance. And your breath becomes a reflection of that shift. Because your lungs are constantly trying to regulate pH, they adjust breathing to compensate, which means your breath pattern and your breath chemistry start to mirror your internal state. The link between how acidity and metabolic stress. Here's where it becomes even more important. Chronic low-level acidity is not just a chemical issue. It's a metabolic issue because when your internal environment becomes unstable, your cells lose efficiency. Mitochondria, the energy producers of your body, become less effective. Energy production drops. Fat burning slows down. Glucose regulation becomes unstable, and this leads to fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, cravings, all without a clear cause. Your body is not failing, it is adapting to an environment that is no longer optimal. Why you don't notice until it is too late. One of the most dangerous things about this process is how silent it is. There is no pain. No dramatic symptom, just small shifts. You feel slightly more tired, slightly less focused, slightly more reactive to stress. These changes are easy to ignore, but over time, they accumulate. And eventually, they become your new normal. Your breath as an early warning. SYSTM. Now imagine this. What if you could detect these changes early, before disease develops? Before symptoms become obvious, before your metabolism slows down. That's what breath analysis is beginning to offer. Scientists are now studying how exhaled breath contains volatile organic compounds, markers of inflammation, metabolic byproducts, all detectable. In real time, your breath is not just air. It's data, biological data, and it's constantly updating the role of breathing patterns in restoring balance. Here's the empowering part. You are not passive in this process. You can influence your internal chemistry. Through breathing. Slow, controlled breathing helps stabilize CO levels, improve oxygen delivery, reduce stress hormones, support pH balance. It shifts your body out of survival mode and back into regulation. But most people never train their breathing. They leave it to chance, and over time, their default pattern becomes dysfunctional. The modern breathing problem. Look around. Most people today sit for long hours, breathe shallowly, live under constant stress, rarely engage in deep breathing. This creates a perfect environment for imbalance. Your lungs are not expanding fully. Your diaphragm is underused, your oxygen exchange is reduced. And your C regulation becomes unstable, which feeds back into inflammation. And the cycle continues. Breaking that CYC lead to break this cycle. You don't need extreme interventions. You need awareness. Start with this. Pay attention to your breath. Is it shallow or deep, fast or a slow, calm or irregular? Because your breathing pattern is a reflection of your internal state, and it's also a tool to change that state. The future of health is SUBTL. We are moving away from reactive medicine toward proactive awareness. Instead of waiting for disease, we are learning to read early signals, and your breath is one of the earliest signals available. It changes before symptoms appear, before lab results shift, before diagnoses are made, which means if you learn to understand your breath, you may detect problems before they fully develop. Ending strong. Oversee you breathe over 20,000 times every day, and most of those breaths go unnoticed, but hidden inside each one is a message about your balance, your stress, your inflammation. Your breath is not random, it is a reflection of your biology, and if your breath is becoming more acidic, it may be the earliest signal that your body is under strain. The question is not whether your body is communicating, it always is. The question is, are you ready to listen? CTA Jugi plus DN video 3. Comment below. Do you feel like your body is in balance or constantly under pressure? Because in the next video, we're going to explore something even more powerful: how a simple breath test may detect cancer before symptoms ever appear.